Om Namo Devaya. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, wanted to seek the blessing of Radha Mata, Father Shamsula, Krishna Ram, Bhagavan, Singh Dev Jagannath, Pradeshwara, Gauri Taitul Simani, Haridas Thakur, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. So, yesterday we started looking at this material world and the 14 different planetary systems. We looked at 7 of them up to this Earth. And now we want to look at the lower 77 planetary system below this Earth. First one, Atalo Loka. 7 other systems lie 70,000 yojanas. So that's equal to 560,000 miles below Earth, starting with Atala. These subterranean worlds, also known as Bilswerg, are also heavenly places of enjoyment for the demoniac class of people. The sunshine does not reach these regions, and their light comes through the jewels on the hoods of serpents. People with great demoniac power reside here, and they live with great material enjoyment, even more than heaven, but without any spiritual enjoyment or advancement. They also do not become old or diseased. Same as in heaven, they don't become old or diseased. And the fear of death has no effect on them aside from the time factor. So what will destroy them? Time. That's the only thing. In Atal, there is a demon, the son of Maya Dhanava, named Bala, who created 96 kinds of mystic power. Some so-called yogis and swamis take advantage of this mystic power to cheat people even today. So this cheating propensity is very prevalent on Earth, especially in this age of Kali Yuga. We have to be very careful. So here we go. So this is Atala. So we've been through all the Satyalok, Tapalok, Janalok, Mahalok, Swaglok, Bhulok, that is where Earth is. And then now we've looked at Athalok. Next one is going to be Vitalok, where Lord Shiva and his wife Gauri reside. Because of their presence, a kind of gold is produced called Hataka. So where's Vitalok? Sutalok is quite famous. The great son of Maharaj Virochan, Bali Maharaj, who is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj, who is also celebrated as the most pious king, resides even now. So Bali Maharaj has been given this Sutalok, where he was favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vamandev, because of his intense devotional service. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Even now, Bali Maharaj engages in devotional service by worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the planet of Sutal. And it is said that Lord Vamandev, who is the boy Brahman, incarnation of the Lord, acts as his gatekeeper. Talatal Lok is the abode of the demon Maya. This demon is always materially happy because he is favored by Lord Shiva. But he cannot achieve spiritual happiness at any time. So we know material happiness is always going to be temporary. It's never going to be enough. So the idea is somehow, we can try to enjoy in this material world, but it's so limited and temporary. But we have to then connect to the spiritual aspect of our life. So that's Talatala. Mahatala is next, Mahatala Lok, where there are many snakes with hundreds and thousands of hoods. Mahatala is the abode of many hooded snakes, descendants of Kadru, who are always very angry. Rasatala Lok, the abode of the demoniac sons of Diti and Danu. They are called Panis, Nivata Kavachas, Kalayas, and Hiranya Purva Vasis, those who are living in Hiranyapura. They are all enemies of the demigods. So in these 7 planetary systems, many demons reside who are against the demigods. Patalok, the serpent Vasuki, lives here with his associates. Patal is also known as Nagalok, where there are many demoniac serpents. And then below Patalok, there are various planetary systems. Narklok is Narklok is part of the hellish planets. Slightly above the Garbhadak ocean, this is where it's situated. There are different degrees of suffering for those who suffer, who have to suffer, depending on their wrongdoings. According to the Vedas, there are 28 different hellish planets in total. So when we went to the 5th canto, we looked at these 28 hellish planets in brief. And then below Patalok again is Prithulok. The king of the Pitas is Yamraj, the son of Surya and Dharamraj. Surya. Son of Surya. Is son of Surya. So Dharamraj resides here with his personal assistants. The souls of the 3 presiding generations of one's ancestors reside in Prithulok. Shrad is performed for them by sons, daughters. And there's the story of Kern, Pritupaksh. Actually, I can't remember that story. Do you remember that story of Kern, Pritupaksh? Sorry? Pitrupaksh, Kern story? I forgot that one. Anyway, if you remember it, let me know. Rama performed Shraddh. So this was done actually in Gaya. And Shraddh is very important if we want to help our ancestors. Because if there's any blockages on their path, we may be able to assist in removing those blockages for them to advance to the next stage of their life. Now, it was interesting how Lord Ramachandra, he wanted to perform Shraddh for his father, Dashrath Maharaj, in Gaya. And they went to collect the items required for the Shraddh to be performed. But the time was passing, the auspicious time was passing. And the priest, they said to Sita, who was there, whereas Ram and Lakshmana were looking for these different items, that you have to do the Shraddh now. Otherwise, the auspicious moment goes. And she did it. And she had various witnesses who she called upon to confirm when Ram asks, was the Shraddh actually done? Very interesting pastime. And that pastime also shows that daughters or daughter-in-law even can perform Shraddh for the ancestors. Places such as Gaya, Varanasi, Haridwar, etc. are recommended to perform Shraddh. So this is, okay, this is Pritulok here, Narakalok. So, and here we have these, okay, you found it, huh? So this story about Kern The Mahabharata tells us the story of Karna, a warrior known for his unmatched generosity. After his death, Karna's soul ascended to Swarg, heaven. There, instead of food, he was offered gold and jewels. Confused, Karna asked Lord Indra, "Why am I not served food?" Indra replied, "Throughout your life, you gave away gold, land, wealth, but you never offered food to your ancestors." Realizing his mistake, Karna begged for a chance to return to earth. Lord Indra allowed him 15 days to perform Shraddha and offer food to his ancestors. This period came to be known as Pitru Paksh. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. Good. Thank you. So the pastime of Vamandev, we can quickly go through because it's quite an interesting one in relation to the structure of the universe. So when Bali Maharaj was doing his yagya in order to conquer the three worlds, and he was at the final stage, Vamandev appeared at that time. And here he is, a very beautiful Brahmin boy. And he appeared before Bali Maharaj. And Bali Maharaj was entranced. "Who are you? You're such a handsome, beautiful looking boy. And you can ask from me any charity you want. What would you like? I have ownership of the whole universe practically." "Oh, I just want 3 steps of land." "Oh, is that all? Why don't you take more?" "No, shouldn't be too greedy." And Sukracharya, who was the spiritual master of the demons headed by Bali, he warned him, "Hey," he said to Bali Maharaj, you don't know who this is. This is Vishnu who has come to cheat you. And you have given him a promise of 3 steps of land. You can take it back because he's a cheater. So you don't have to commit to your vow." But Bali Maharaj said, "It doesn't matter. If I've cheated the Supreme Lord, I'd rather be cheated by the Supreme Lord." So then Vamandev, he took 1 step, he covered the entire earth. 2nd step, he entire universe. And then he made a little hole with his right toe into the covering of the universe, from which some waters from the casual ocean, Viraja river, came, which is known as Ganga. And then Vamandev, he said to Bali that, where do I put my 3rd step? He had him arrested. Then Prahlad Maharaj is here. He comes and he talks to Bali. But Bali Maharaj was very intelligent. He said to Vamandev, "Yes, I still owe you your 3rd step. You can place it on my head." In this way, Bali Maharaj showed how to surrender to the Supreme Lord. Full surrender. When Vamandev became very pleased, and Vamandev then said to him, "I'm very pleased by your behavior, and I will give you a planet where you can live, Sutal, and I will be your gatekeeper. And in your next life, you will become the next Indra." So the next Indra in this world is going to be Bali Maharaj. So Lord Vamandev was very kind to Bali Maharaj. Okay, just wanted to go through pastimes of Gop Kumar. I think earlier on, when we were looking at Vaikuntha, we touched upon Gop Kumar. And this is a pastime given by Sanatan Goswami in his book Biliha Amritam. He explains Gop Kumar's journey. Gop Kumar is born in Govardhan in a family of Vaishyas, cowherd men. Krishna's own family, really. Abrajabasi gave him the 10-syllable Gopal mantra. Clean Krishna Govinda Gopijana Malabai Swaha. He was ecstatic. Gop Kumar became detached and went to Prayag. He saw Brahmins worshipping Shaligram, but unhappy. He was he went to sleep. The Brahmins advised him to go to the king. King was doing very opulent worship, but he died. So again, Gop Kumar, he became the king. And he saw Pushad being wasted. And he was again unhappy. So he went to Jagannath Puri. Again, the king there died. Jagannath came in a dream to him to go to Vrindavan. And then later on, he went to the heavens, Indra's palace. Indra had left due to some offense that he had committed to Brahaspati, their guru. So Gopkumar became king of heaven. Then he saw, so he was always looking for the highest place in the world. He saw sages from higher lokas, and then he went there. So we know from Bhulok, Swarglok, one may be able to go to Mahalok, Janalok, Tapalok, Satyalok, if one has the spiritual power. Anyway, he went to Satyalok. Eventually, he became Brahma. And he again met his guru. And he, as Brahma, he was not happy again. Because even Brahma's life is very temporary, although he lives for 311 trillion, 40 billion years. And he met his guru again, went to Vrindavan. Then again, he went to Vrindavan in this world. But then he went through the coverings, the 7 coverings that we were talking about. He saw all the worship and the opulence. Even Maya asked him to stay in one of the places, but Subhadra took him out through the Brahmajyoti. So he went through these 7 layers where it can very easily be tempted by the lifestyle there. But Subhadra took him out into the Brahmajyoti. Then he met Lord Shiva, Shin Shivlok, Maheshlok. Then he went to Vaikuntha. He couldn't find happiness. Ayodhya, he went to Dwarka. He was still not satisfied. And then he met Narad Muni, who advised him to go to Golok. And he went to Golok. And there he said that he saw Krishna from a long distance, and Krishna saw him from a long distance. Krishna started running towards Gopkumar, and Gopkumar started running towards Krishna, and then they hugged. So this is a journey of this amazing soul called Gopkumar. Very interesting soul. Okay, and then just wanted to talk just last bit here is the size of the universe. Our universe is the smallest, right? So let's have a look at the size of our universe, right? The full size of our Brahman, the egg shaped universe, is a massive 44 quadrillion. Wow. 444 trillion, 444 billion miles in diameter. Wow. Our material universe called Brahmand is just one, but one in a multi-universe creation. Even the latest scientific speculation believe our individual Brahman universe is but one of billions of other universes. Each bubble in the painting is a different Brahman universe in a multi-universe, all originating from the body of Mahavishnu. Our Brahman, we've talked about how big it is, but it's small compared to others. Now, around 22 quadrillion, 222 trillion, 222 billion miles deep inside the Brahman, in the middle is found another small inner universe that is just 4 billion miles in diameter, and it's called the Bhumandal, where we're living. That has 14 different planetary systems. Also, at the bottom of Bhumandal universe is an expansion of Mahavishnu called Garbhodakshay Vishnu. That's the Lord who enters every universe. from whom a stem grows from his navel. At the top of the stem is a lotus flower where Lord Brahma is born, resides. Within and surrounding the stem is Mount Meru, possibly symbolically, I can't say it, exists all the 14 systems. So ours is the smallest universe. The inner Bhumandal is 4 billion miles. The 7 material layers of Brahmand universe. So the first layer, right, is 10 times the 4 billion Bhumandal. So that's 40 billion miles thick. That's the first layer. Second layer is 400 billion. Third layer, or fourth layer, sorry. In fact, third layer, the fire, is 4 trillion miles. That's just that bit. The air layer is 40 trillion. Sky layer is 400 trillion. And the ego layer is 4 quadrillion. Wow. And the Mahatattva, which is the final layer, the 7th layer, is 40 quadrillion. So the full size of our Brahmand-shaped egg is a massive 44 quadrillion, 444 trillion, 444 billion miles in diameter. That's huge. That's so huge. And this is the smallest universe. Just a little idea of our universe. So that's the end of the abodes of the Lord. And any questions, any comments, please? Quite a lot to take in.
Just one thought, Prabhuji. This
Yeah,
Hare Krishna, this ego layer, look at it.
I know, huge.
That's what signifies how important ego is in our life.
Yeah, yeah, true. It's the biggest issue, isn't it? Mainly our ego. And the ego is that we're thinking we're this body. That's the biggest problem. We are thinking we are the body. False ego, they call it. But the real ego is when we start to remember, I am a tiny spirit soul connected to the vast ocean of the supreme mercy. Mm. Yes, good point.
Sorry.
Yes, go on.
As you said yesterday, there will be people living in the souls, living entities in the ego layer as well, isn't it?
Yeah, correct. And they probably make up the vast majority of the souls living in this universe. There's so many souls in that particular layer. Yes. Because they get tempted by what's there. Very great enjoyment.
Okay.
Thank you, Naniman. Okay, so we can stop there.
Any news of a Prabhuji?
No, let me just finish this. Abodes of the universe ki jai, abodes of the Lord ki jai, Golok Dham ki jai. Stop recording.